Mouth goes to Galia. We have the Visionary of the Year campaign coming up for Man of the Year. You nominated me, so I was humbled by that, and I wanted to kind of get feedback from you on like how long you've been doing this, why you got involved in this, and what's your motivation for being involved with Leukemia Lymphoma Society.
Yeah, so I actually was thinking about this last night when I was walking my dog, which is when I actually do my best thinking. I've been involved with this for 3 years now. I jumped on board in 2020, right before COVID started, and I've been involved ever since. What got me involved was actually the people from Lehigh Valley Airport nominated me for what was then Man of the Year for LLS. We have since changed it to Visionary of the Year, but when I ran back in 2020, it was Man Woman of the Year. And, I gladly accepted the nomination after hearing Pam's story about losing her son. And, after my campaign ended, she asked me to stay on board as, part of the executive leadership committee. And so now I'm actually handling the chairperson duties for that committee this year. And I have committed to doing the same for next year. So, going back to when I was nominated, when I worked at Adams Outdoor, I had heard about this campaign. I didn't know a whole lot about it. But then I started to see, people in the Lehigh Valley that I really respected being nominated to run in this campaign. And, I started to pay more attention to it. I would see them on billboards and, on radio spots and, them doing their campaigns and, doing it for a great cause. And, I was thinking, man, that's really cool. Like, how do I get involved with that? But I never really honestly looked into it. And then, I got a phone call one day from somebody at the airport, and they wanted to nominate me for it. And I was like, cool. That's quite an honor. So I went and met with Pam, and, like I said before, I heard her story, and there was no way I was not going to do it. So here I am.
So what was it like running in COVID year? I mean, I'm sure that threw everything out of whack. What was that like?
I had all these grander plans to do events, and I was going to have like a barn concert, and it was going to be all these cool things like celebrity bartending and all that got shut down. And then if you remember back to when COVID first started, it was like, oh yeah, well, we're going to be shut down for like 2 weeks. And, you know how that went. So yeah. We had a pivot. I think there was only four or five of us that kept our commitment and ran that year. So we pivoted. We did what we could. We did our best. And, we ended up raising a good amount of money for the size of our class and the struggles that people were going through. I mean, I was actually furloughed at the time. So I was trying to, figure out a way to pay my bills and run this campaign. But we did it. And we were very proud of what we did.
Dude, you just told me something I had no idea. That's insane to me, man.
What, being furloughed?
Yeah. What was that like trying to support your family while raising money for others?
It was a pretty crazy time, Chad. I mean, it was obviously something I hadn't planned for. My company at the time wasn't really doing that well. And, when COVID hit, they basically just had to put everybody on the chopping block. And, I got that phone call. I remember actually it wasn't even a phone call. It was an email on a Friday night saying that, sorry, but we had to furlough you. And I had to scramble. I remember my cell phone was actually through that company. So I think I had to order a cell phone that had to be actually delivered to me because we couldn't go out anywhere. Right. I had to sign up for unemployment, which I had never done in my life. I'd been working since I was 15. So, all a lot of new things to me that I never thought I would have to face. And, it was just it was a scary time, man. Like, my wife was she was a real estate agent, so she wasn't working. So we were both basically unemployed and, just a lot of scary things, man. But, I made a commitment to Leukemia and Lymphoma Society and I stuck to it. And I'm glad I did, because now I'm in a position to bring other people like yourselves on that I have a lot of respect for. And, I look forward to seeing what you guys do, right? And bringing you people on as the executive leadership committee and, just kind of going through the process that I went through.
Wow, dude, I'm still processing your experience because What people don't know is, and I'm fine saying it, leaving law enforcement and still kind of going through my personal growth and challenges is you nominated me last year, and I just in 2022, and I just wasn't in the best spot to do that, as I was still kind of figuring things out. But so I called you up like, Rocco, I can't do this, brother, because I'm just not there yet, and I'm working through some things, and I had no excuse. You lost your job, man, and I just first of all, I want to tell you you're badass, and second of all, dude, you're awesome, man. Seriously.
Well, no, and hey, look, I'm so glad that you reached out this year. Obviously in a better place, and you're ready to rock and roll. So, no hard feelings at all. Like, I know you were going through some stuff, and I totally get that, probably more than a lot of people would. I'm proud to know you, and I'm proud that you're doing this now, and I can't wait to see the good things that you bring, man.
Oh man, last thing, why do you do this? Like, why you have such a big heart and you do so much for other people, and you volunteer, donate your time? Why? Like, what in your life happened to you, or what it goes in you that you want to do this for people?
It's kind of ironic that you asked me that question, because I just found out last week, and I still really don't understand why, but I'm being named the volunteer of the year by Big Brothers Big Sisters here in the Lehigh Valley. And I was thinking to myself, like, what am I going to say when I go up to accept that, right? Like, to me, like the real heroes are the people that actually are the Big Brothers and Big Sisters. Like, I'm just on the board. I just volunteer my time to be on the board. I'm on the some planning committees for some of the events they have. But to me, the real heroes are the people that actually do volunteer their time to be with the kids, right? So but I also think back to when I was about 9 or 10 years old. My parents got divorced, and we moved down to Florida. It was just me and my mom and my little brother, and my mom got me a big brother, and that really helped me to transition to living in a big city now, and just becoming a teenager. And that's why I've stuck with Big Brothers. But to answer your question in a roundabout way, I do this because I've had so much influence and help from these kind of organizations in my life. So I just want to give back. And I also want my kids to see me, like, I want my daughters and my son to be like, I want them to see their dad like doing good things, and I want them to grow up and do the same kind of thing. So that's really my motivation. Is I've had a lot of help along the way to get me to where I am, and then I also want my kids to see I got here because of other people that have helped me, and continue to do good things in the world, and good things will happen to you.
Whew, man, that was I just learned a bunch of new stuff about my friend on this call. So, right. Dude. Thanks, bro. Thanks for nominating me. I just feel so much more. I feel so much more connected to you and the mission through you sharing this story, and I hold you in high regard, man. So I'm trying not to let you down, and let all the people that are in this organization that need these dollars. And what have you had any examples or you've been through of how these dollars for LLS, how we actually leverage them to help people? Have you had any influence in that in the fundraising part of it?
I don't have a lot to do with that end of it. That has to do more with the organization itself. But I do know that I forget the exact amount, but I think it's, and I don't want to misquote this, but I think it's like 96 cents to the dollar goes actually towards LLS, and that money stays here in the Lehigh Valley. So when you get calls or you get asked to donate for certain organizations, sometimes you really don't know where that money is going, but you can be assured that the money that is raised for this campaign is staying here and is really going towards finding cure for blood cancers.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it's so important because I feel like we make so much time and energy for things in our lives that we just tell ourselves, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for this. But really, this is important stuff. Giving money, donating money that goes down the line to research and help saving lives from people from blood cancer. There is no more noble effort, and I struggle because I'm going to be making a lot of asks during this campaign, and I comes from a place of love and for other people for this noble mission.
Yeah, and you're gonna be surprised at people's willingness to give. It's pretty amazing. Like you're gonna make new friends out of this campaign. you're going to see a whole different side of people when it comes to, they might not have two nickels to rub together, but they're still going to give to your campaign, which is, it's the human spirit, right? It's just
Dude,
a cool
Rocco Zagalia, you got laid off, you got furloughed. Dude, honestly, I find this is, we're going to honor you with everyday people, because you got furloughed, and your concerted effort is to fundraise for other people, man. I knew you were a great guy. Now I know why. So thanks.
Thanks, Jay. Hey, and I feel the same way about you, brother. I'm glad that we're friends. I know for a fact that we met for a reason, and I look forward to our continued relationship.
Thanks,
as well.
buddy. Thanks for all your leadership with LLS. Leadership is important. If I learn anything, an organization leaderless and rudderless is ineffective leadership. So your leadership, even though you're crediting the people, which you should, we need your leadership. So thanks for that, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thanks. Appreciate it, Chad.
I do.
All right, brother. See you, man.